What is up, everybody? Brent, Season Medic, coming in a little bit late today, but better late than never. Let's see here. Let's turn that down a bit. Anyway, let's check out our dashboard here. Change to the headset because this way I can't hear my voice as much. And if it sounds okay, I'll go ahead and keep using it for now until I get a better microphone. The other mobile mic just doesn't want to participate. And I find that the camera microphones, when I have the fans going, it's just way too loud. But anyway, I love how my Twitch wants me to use my mobile dashboard, but it can never connect to the chat. So that kind of defeats the purpose, if I say so myself. There we go. Now we're connected. Good morning, Dadpool. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, because of the fans going. Yeah, I might have to turn. The one right in front of me is louder than the other ones, that's for sure. Yep. All right, I'll be right back. Hello, hello. Does that sound any better, dear Mr. Poole? Good morning, Bot Mom. Hello, hello, hello. Other than you have to probably hear me swallow because the microphone's so close to my throat. Excuse me. I was just having trouble getting all the wonderful notifications to go out, and computer just didn't want to participate yet this morning. Still didn't get them all out. I don't think I went to Botlot. I got locked up on my own pages, and I did get to Gaming and Streaming Underground, I believe. Well, I appreciate that. So, What? It's okay. My wife watches Whipping the Asian Girl Who Films Eating Hot Ramen. Yeah. Yeah. And just got something. There we go. Something was moving around my glasses there. I thought I had a little fly or something going on. So I swear, every time I head down to rifle in my truck that doesn't have air conditioning, I feel fine until I get home, and then after I get home and I'm in nice cool air again, and that I feel like I'm gonna, I don't know, pass out if I don't get enough water. And I mean, I'm sure it's true, you know. Oh, I already had a water glass. But the other days, mugs and such. That's what happens when you share in a space. Oh yeah. And the sad part is I, instead of having like a Coke on the way back, I had like a slush. So, mostly water, a lot of sugar. But still, I had some water while I was um, down there. I got a bottle of water, but still, I guess it can all fall under the getting old sucks. Bot mom's she's already 2 Red Bulls in. There's a little fly buzzing around here. Just landed on my neck. Yeah, two Red Bulls in. Yeah. Well, as long as you have some water along with it. I will have to say this is the first fly that we've had in here this summer. Son of a bitchin' thing. And if you see the camera doing its like focusing thing, it's because it keeps flying in between me and the camera. That's how I knew it was a fly in the first place. It's one of those mornings, huh? One of the headache mornings. Yeah. That does suck. I don't like that for you at all. Looking in our, yeah, my daughter suggested that we talk about conspiracy theories. Yeah, no, not opening that Pandora's box. Yeah. No, it was after you were talking conspiracy theories on your stream, Bot Mom, that she brought that up. And not that she watched it, but just happened to be all at the same time. I'm just like, no, it brings the nut jobs out of the woodwork. Not that, I don't appreciate every single person that watches a stream, but at the same time, talk about a headache. It would give me a headache. Oh no, I didn't call you anything. I said it would bring them out. You were already here. How did that work? Did that work? It's already 73 degrees. 10 o'clock here in wild, wonderful Meeker, Colorado, on the western slope of the Rocky Mountains. Sweet back pedal. Yeah, I haven't been on this planet almost 50 years without learning something. Oh, Lord. Now Greg's jumping on the conspiracy bandwagon. Yeah, 90 degrees and humidity, right? This has to be the dustiest place that we've ever lived. And I mean, we lived in Abu Dhabi in the desert, and there wasn't as much dust as there is here in Colorado. I swear. Let's see if some more natural light. I feel like I'm sitting in the dark, but my camera's freaking out too. Let me make a quick adjustment here so you guys don't have to watch me do it. Last thing you want to see is me monkeying around with the camera. All right. There we go. That's better. So, so Dadpool, how did the streaming test go? You said you were going to try to test out your settings this morning. Coffee and water this morning. Only alien conspiracies. You like that, huh? Your mother-in-law fixed your mask. Okay. The one that you bought from that you were unhappy with from the Halloween store? Okay. That's cool. Can you breathe in it? That's the thing that gets me about some masks is the breathing factor, and especially I saw that I think that you wear glasses too, but do you have to wear glasses all the time? Because like Kate and my son Jackson are like blind as a bat without them. Yeah, and it adds to the dad pool thing, right? Yep, that's exactly right. Putting him on the outside. I like it. I like it. It adds to the character, right? So the stream went okay. I'm guessing your test. But so let's see. Right now on Twitch, I've got Dadpool and Bot Mom, and I don't have any idea anywhere else. So if haven't tested, I need someone on the other end who's not a follower yet to help me test it. Maybe we can monkey around. You're using YouTube, right? Twitch, okay. Well, I wonder if... And Facebook. Okay. Ditching YouTube. I wonder if you set it up initially... I don't want to screw up your stream or anything, but if you set it up to just go to like YouTube to test it and have, I don't know, I'll watch from YouTube. That way you're not broadcasting on Twitch or Facebook. Yeah, still kind of phlegmy this morning. Yeah, so what I'm finding with the stream here on Twitch, in order to get the affiliate level, to be able to get the benefits from that, being able to accept bits and do subs and all that streaming that I did before, where there was nobody or one or two people, all those averages are falling off. But it's taking another 2 weeks of streaming and hopefully having at least 3 people, which we have. Today's the exception. We've only got 2 people so far, but get that average back up above 3 people average for the whole streaming time. And it's a Monday. You're right. But all that time that I streamed before was like 60 hours that I'm having to wait to fall off the 30-day total. So bring my averages back up. So we were up to 2.57, I think, the last time I looked. So, but So, yeah, I have the Robin Williams complex. I'm depressed, but I get joy out of making other people laugh. So that's what I want to base my stream off of. Laughter sometimes, uh, dirty laughter, but all in fun. Yeah, exactly. And time of day when you're streaming too, because when I go back to doing some gameplay too, I mean, it's gonna have a headline on there that it says like, well, this is not the talk show. This is gameplay, and I don't know. I do want to not have language that I don't like out there. I mean, I don't, I cuss and I swear and I tell dirty jokes, but at the same time, there's a level that I try to stay above, and some people don't. And I don't. And there's regional slang in that. I mean, so not to pick on anybody northeast, but the term fag or faggot tends to come out just as easily as fuck you and whatever else, and I have a difficult time with that. I know it's what context it's meant in. I know that it's not meant to be insulting or whatever in the manner that it sounds in a way to someone from the outside. It's just like, screw you or you asshole. But I'd rather just throw out you asshole. Sorry. It's still really dry this morning. It just sets me off, I would say. Because, yeah, I mean, I have several members of my family that are either gay or bisexual or, I don't know, even asexual. So, they think it's a cigarette when I say it, but no, yeah, that's true. And even that, a lot of do you know where that English or British term came from? I'm going to go out and burn another fag, having a cigarette. Well, in medieval times, a faggot was a bundle of small sticks that you started a fire with. And so when they started burning witches or gay people, they would say, let's go throw another faggot on the fire. So that's, hey, I'm going out to burn a fag. I mean, that's where that came from. And so that's why it sets me off. I mean, I used to use it as a kid because I heard other people doing it too. I didn't know what I was saying. So that's where it sets me off. And I'm not jumping up on my soapbox and beating anybody over the head with it that throws it out when they get angry or whatever. But yeah. Well, good Good for you, Dad Pool. I think I'm going to start taking anger management courses. Yeah, any self improvement stuff is good. And I will say, just like therapists, if one isn't working for you, try a different one. I mean, anger management courses or psychology courses in general. Yeah, everyone who knows I'm not like that. It was accidental switch of words from when my wife said stop screaming the F word. Yep. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, homophobia is lame. Um, and that's where I'm like, my personal beliefs are that you fall in love with a person, not their gender, whether it's physical or whether it's straight emotion, whatever. Yeah, they're word substitutions. So there was a radio station in Salt Lake, or well, it's still there. Radio station in Salt Lake. The morning, people will substitute um, hugging or hugger for the F word, and they are like, you know what? I do it so much that I even go home and I like smash my thumb using a hammer or something. I was like, you hugging mother hugger? And I'm like, well, I can't program myself quite that much, but I'm willing to try. This fly is just gonna piss me off today. Anyway, um, yeah. So it's a hard to rewire. It is. You're 100% right. But yeah, the beard's getting longer. Just gotta wait for the rounded part to get down to here so I can square it off a little bit more. Driving me crazy. Well, since it's nobody here but us chickens, um, you know, well, I better put Discord on here because I don't want to miss out on something that's being said, kind of like I am right now. There was an article from TheVerge.com that was talking about a Reddit post, and I think that I saw it on Facebook too. I can't remember if it was in the Graveyard Streamers Underground or what. It was showing the mysterious Xbox X Series controller that got leaked online. It's got a different looking D-pad to it. It looks more concave, so instead of it being a raised cross, that it's more concave, and so it looks like it'd be more ergonomically friendly to be able to use your thumb with than the raised D-pad. Half the time I end up forgetting what direction I need to go for whatever game that I happen to be in, and it screws me up, so it won't help me that much, but it looks pretty cool. I mean, that's the only. There's a third button in the middle too. One of mine is caved on one side. It's domed. Oh, concaved. Gotcha. So interesting. Yeah, I don't have it that way yet. So they claim to have snapped the photo at a party in Washington State hosted by the child of a Microsoft employee. Before the account got deleted, people had been commenting and posting about topics in the Seattle, Washington area for months. The controller itself includes the new D-pad, alongside a new share button that Microsoft is shipping on next-gen controllers. We spoke to the Reddit user before their account was deleted. They claimed the associated console was also white and looked more squarish, and the Xbox button looked bigger on the newer controller. They also claimed to have played games on the console, and the interface still looked like the Xbox One UI, but Microsoft is sticking largely to the same Xbox dashboard that ships on the Xbox One, with minor tweaks to enable new features like a quick resume. I am seriously pissed off at this fly. If I've got it in my hand and then I open it and it's gone or it takes off, I get so pissed. Nope. Okay. Anyway, good times. So that was something that I found interesting. It's what's the cost going to be? That's my thing. How? I know. It's just, I'm getting frustrated with it. Also, the Guardian put out an article covering the U.S. consulate in Chengdu is closed as China takes control. What? I took a picture off of the computer, but if you look close, you can see that pool's reflection. Oh, there we go. There you go. Yeah. So China forced the U.S. consulate in Chengdu to close because we closed their consulate in Houston. There were lots of people that were outside, Chinese soldiers goose-stepping in front of the consulate while teams of workers in hazmat suits and officials dressed in white short-sleeved dress shirts with black briefcases entered the mission building. Workers draped gray cloths over signs bearing the consulate's name, and said competent Chinese authorities entered through the front entrance and took over the building, the foreign ministry said. So they basically turned over the keys this morning, blaming deterioration of U.S.-China ties on Washington and urging the U.S. to withdraw its decision to keep the consulate in Houston closed. So basically, there was a worker the day before with a hammer trying to remove the plaques that they put gray covers over. They're trying to remove the plaques, but they couldn't get them off, so they just ended up covering them. Yeah. My fiance is obsessed with watching stuff about it, and it freaks me out how much he was able to find out. They're removing black people from their homes, and they are killing and putting anyone who speaks against, they're against democracy in asylums. Yeah, Dadpool says I'm still listening, but it puts you on the TV. I got to hop in the shower covered in grass from weed whacking. Yeah, gotcha. Oh, I probably have a fat lip too because something flew up and hit me in the face. Yeah, That's me with the weed whacker too, big time. So yeah, that's tensions between the two countries over trade and the coronavirus reached a new level last week when, on Tuesday, the U.S. ordered China's consulate in Texas, in the Houston, closed, according to Beijing. Accusing Beijing of using it as a hub for espionage and intellectual property theft. The targeting of diplomatic missions comes after my fat thumb hit it. After regulatory measures against journalists from both countries, as well as sanctions on officials and trade in the U.S. and China. Frictions deepen over a range of issues, human rights violations in Xinjiang to Beijing's claims of the South China Sea. Yeah. So that article goes on for quite a while, and that's posted in the Discord. But yay people, yay welcome people. Welcome people? Okay. Welcome. We're up to 3 in Twitch anyway. Yeah, they're taking over islands and have naval ships with fighter jets. Yeah. I don't know. It's quite a thing. Just not quite sure how that all is going to play out. It's not going to go well. I know that. I know that for sure. But trying to figure out. Keep getting notifications from Discord, but there's nothing there. So yeah. They're saying that a second stimulus bill should be in the completion today, hopefully. Let's see. All the countries are the biggest, measuring contest ever. Yep. There's going to be a Cold War. Yep, between China and the U.S. Yep, and Russia's still going to be right there pulling strings too. The next stimulus check, if you want to call it that, is probably going to be another $1,200 stimulus check, and the Republican side has said that they will present their plan soon, hopefully today, and basically they're saying they're going to they will agree to pass a $1,200 check if they reduce the payment on federal unemployment the subsidy $200. So from the extra $600 a week on top of regular state unemployment, they'll drop that down to roughly. Actually, no, they'll drop it down to $200. So a 2/3 cut, because that's really gonna help. Oh, I don't even want to go through that right now. That just pisses me off even more. Um, yeah, I need that stimulus check. You need to pay off a couple of credit cards to get ahead. Hours are still cut down here, and it's really rough. Yeah, it is. I mean, these guys that make millions are having to quibble over a couple of $100 here or there. I know that it ends up to being millions that add up to billions, but at the same time, um, it's not their money; it's our money. We want some of it back, and if we want to have to pay it back, consider it to be a loan to keep the country running. Uh, they are business people. They should know, return on investment is going to be their payoff. If they're going to invest in keeping the country afloat, then that's going to be their payoff. I don't know. It's pretty rough. Like, yeah, I need. I'm going to end up filing for disability. Probably not doing that until I get to Florida because I just like it's such a long, drawn out process. There's no reason to start it here, and we've been going to move 2 other times, and so I've just never started it. I should have, because hell, it probably would be through it by now. Uh, Said I don't understand how all the people up there in the 1% can watch the whole nation suffer. Like, how does one become so heartless and fire employees and not care? Yeah, it's easy when you're doing it from inside of a sealed uh, existence. I mean, all they are doing is doing the Scrooge McDuck. They're sitting in their vault on top of their stacks of gold and too busy counting it, uh, not caring who actually helped them make that or piled it in there in the first place. You know, exactly. $12 million mansions. So here in Colorado, it's different than so in Utah. We'll talk about fishing here for a minute and what it's like here in Colorado as far as property owning. So in Utah, a waterway, if there was a waterway on your property, people had the right to um, fish in that state or federal waterway um, as long as they stayed either in the water or within so many. Um, I can't remember if it was so many inches of the water's edge, as long as they weren't causing property damage to private property, you could stay on the edge, right? And you could walk up the waterway. You couldn't trespass on somebody's land to get to the water to fish, but you could walk up the river, fish, and stay in the waterway essentially. Here in Colorado, uh, if you have a river, whatever size, that goes through your property, you own the land even underneath the water. You just don't own the water itself. So, but you can float on the water and um, go through somebody's property, but you can't stand on the property. You can't anchor yourself in a spot because it's their property. And so here along the White River that runs through our little town, upriver, there are these $1 million mansions. There's a resort type property. It's called Seven Lakes. It's owned by Greg Norman, the golfer. And there are a couple of $1 million mansions up there that basically sit empty because it only comes up here maybe a month, a year, and maybe there's somebody else that might come in. They fly into the airport on his helicopter, and they refuel and then head upriver. And yeah, that's the use of that property, of long stretches of river that run through his property, and unless he gives permission, nobody can use it. So here's the money that I would spend on a fishing license goes to pay for the fish to put in that river, but I can only fish on, I think it's 4 public access areas on that stretch of river from the mouth here in Meeker that stretches all the way up to the federal land. So, and he's put them up for sale several times, but I mean, when you have a property that you're selling for $4 and $5 million, and the closest residential space where you can, buy supplies and whatnot that you would need for living up there is 30-40 minutes away, and it's this little teeny town. And then you have to travel 45 minutes either direction to get to a store of any size, like Walmart or Target or whatever. Yeah, so nobody's buying these properties. He's still paying property tax on it, but I mean, it's a beautiful area. They're great properties, and nobody can use it. You can look at it from the road. You can look at the fish jumping in the river along the road. That's it. And the public access to the fishery there'll be there's several stretches of private property that go up and down that river, and there'll be outfitters that take people to fish, but that costs $100 an hour or something like that too, for just to fish for an hour. Have someone help you. You being here doesn't affect me, but please go away. Yeah. And it's freaking peasants. That's the way it feels. And so, I mean, and yeah. So that's the other good reason that we're leaving this area. I mean, it's great. It's beautiful here. It's cold 6 months out of the year, and then it's hot as hell. And depending on how late the fall gets here is whether we'll have any color on the hills or not, or whether it'll just freeze before we get any fall anymore. So we don't even get 4 seasons anymore. We have winter, and we have summer, and spring and fall are just short. So it's not even nice. Um, let's see. So the CDC is recommending increasing uh, the amount of time that people need to be isolated that test positive. Most people are no longer infectious 10 days after they've begun having symptoms, so the CDC is now discouraging people from getting tested a second time. Um, well, that doesn't give any confidence to. For most persons, COVID-19 illness isolation precautions generally can be discontinued after 10 days after symptoms onset and resolution of fever for at least 24 hours, without the use of fever-reducing medications and with improvement of other symptoms, the CDC says. For people who have tested positive but don't have symptoms, isolation and other precautions can be discontinued after 10 days. But this is government's intrusion into actual medicine, I swear. Yep, exactly. That's where I was just like rolling my eyes going, CDC gives in to Trump, I believe. They've changed their tune all of a sudden. Yeah, it doesn't say who from the CDC. But Dr. Joshua Barokas from the infectious disease, he's an infectious disease physician at Boston Medical Center, said many doctors have felt for months that a negative test to end isolation was not a practical solution. What we had seen clinically very much aligns with the new guidelines, at least for the vast majority of people. It's one of those cases in which the CDC is now catching up to the clinician. Yeah, I mean, we don't test somebody a second time to make sure that they don't have the flu anymore, right? Welcome back, Dadpool, by the way. We don't test somebody a second time to make sure that they're still not carrying flu, but so there are exceptions for the 10-day guidance, including people with compromised immune systems who may be infectious for longer periods of time. Exactly. It's per patient, per person. For the average immunocompromised person, I think that we feel quite confident that after 10 days they're no longer contagious. The disease specialist, Dr. William Schaffner from Vanderbilt University, told NBC News. In their opinion, it's no longer needed and is medically unnecessary. So once you are fever free for over 24 hours without a fever reducer or symptom free, and it's at least 10 days from the onset of symptoms, they're saying that you're no longer contagious. Yeah. You could be positive by PCR test long after no longer being infectious. This goddamn fly. I don't understand that one, but I'm not a virologist, so. And microbiology was never my strong suit. Our testing circumstances in the United States are anywhere close still to what they need to be, he said. The question is how well we do the testing and resources fulfill the needs of our country, and that score is a C- right now at best. Anything we can do to help that, the better, he added. This fucking fly. Yeah. I don't know. That's super strange. But like I said, I'm not a virologist or a microbiologist. Um, well, since primarily it's bot mom and dad pool, do uh, oh yeah, I did see that. Dad pool says I got attacked online yesterday because I put up a post about a restaurant near the one I work at having an employee that was infected. And they shut down. People from the restaurant came at me after my post. You posted something that was true, right? I mean, oh, this fly gonna end up burning down the house trying to kill one fly today. Um, yeah, I mean, what what they should have done. First of all, everybody has a knee jerk response, and it's easy for me to say, "Hey, you should think about what you put out before you put it out," and blah blah blah. Let the bosses handle it. It's like individual employees shouldn't respond to posts about anything to do with a business that's not theirs. Said he used to work there, so they don't like him anyway. Yeah, but at the same time, people's knee jerk response. I have that with my attention deficit, and I will. People with ADD are more reactionary and emotional without necessarily being logical. Don't necessarily think about what they say before they say it. They just throw it out there, right? So, um, but if oh shit, there we go. I was playing around with settings I shouldn't be doing, and since the restaurant posted it first, you're just putting out to your friends, hey, by the way, this place is shut down for this reason, just so you know. Maybe maybe you should have reposted their article or something too. Say, hey, I'm coming from this. So don't come at me like I'm attacking your restaurant. I know you don't like me and I don't like you. But don't attack me about stuff that I'm just saying is true. Yeah. Cases in Florida, um, pediatric cases surging in Florida, but schools are still going to open because they're more resilient, right? They're less likely to have um, they're less likely to have issues, right? Hmm. But yeah, but at the same time, for the restaurant deal, you can't. You were thinking of putting a post out to friends saying, "Hey, by the way, restaurant XYZ closed because somebody was sick. I read it online," or something like that. You weren't like, "Well, here's my research on my post." Um, you shouldn't have to have sources and three good sources and uh, contributions from other people just to post something to your friends on Facebook, right? So 9-year-old just died from infection, the corona infection. Yeah, it is. It's very sad, and that's that's where I'm like, so my son is not going to start college unless something changes in the next couple of weeks. The the funds aren't quite there, so he's going to wait a year, establish residence, probably in Utah, and then cost won't be as high. Therefore, even the funding that he has available now would work. It's just that out of state, in state tuition difference, even with a discount. They wanted us to pay the difference in between, or him to pay the difference in between in state and out of state. So instead of roughly 4,000, for which he has $4,500 in funding, it would have been 7,900. So there's a almost $4,000 discrepancy that we haven't overcome. Well, because of all the surges, even in Utah, and that, I'm thinking that it's maybe not such a bad thing that he doesn't start right away. Figure out what the hell is going to happen over the next year. Yeah. I just, yeah. Yeah, after a year of taking time off and being maybe better prepared, it'll be easier on everybody. Yeah. So anyway, being a Monday, it's just been kind of a laggy, lazy Monday. Would you guys be sad if I ended the stream right now? And instead of having the second cup of coffee, I may end up having coffee and breakfast at the same time. Because I forgot to eat my little cereal bars over here that I usually take, which means I haven't taken my meds yet today either. So, but yeah, it's just us friends here right now, and so I just have changed a medication dosage, and it's working for better sleep, but of course the stress level is still the same. But yeah, Mondays are gross. It is. It's difficult, and I don't know if a game stream would be any better on a Monday morning. You know what I mean? There's so few people that just fly. God damn it! There's so few people that are conscious on Monday morning to participate. It's difficult. Greg's going to show the mask in a group later with 2 name ideas. Let me know what you guys think of it. Cool. We definitely will. But so, yeah, my change in medication dose is working to help me sleep better, but at the same time, now I need to do something about the stress level. So that's still the same, but improving every day, still here. So we're good. All right. I will, and unicorns. Yeah, there we go. Can't forget the unicorns. I guess I should probably show that. He's like, thanks, guys and gals and unicorns. There we go. So people watching this later will be like, why is he just mentioning unicorns? That doesn't make sense. Yep. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys participating today. It's a Monday. Maybe Wednesday will be better. Maybe I'll do a little bit more research other than just the daily news. Um, yeah, I appreciate it. I will try to enjoy breakfast. I think it's going to be probably yogurt, granola, and honey, like I used to have in the Middle East all the time. It seems to fill and yet not make me grow in size. Let's put it that way. I'm already got enough heft to carry around as it is. But you guys, I appreciate you. Appreciate you for showing up. Hey, even with just three of us primarily chatting, we did reach the 100 messages. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to hold my cool so I don't go full on crazy medic on it. But fucking thing. But it's interesting. We did get our 100 messages even with just us chatting back and forth. It's been great. But you guys, appreciate you. Thanks for participating. It's great to come in and chat, even if it's only for an hour or so. And I want you guys to have a great day. As I always say, not just because I said so, but because you guys deserve it. You guys have a great day, okay? We'll talk to you later.